What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings. This series, of course, will go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United. We have a little talk about it. Please go a little bit easy on me. I do apologise. I am absolutely cooked today. Hence the late upload. I cannot breathe. I don't know what's going on with my chest or my lungs, and it is absolutely cooking me differently. So let's move straight into the first story. And the first story is surrounding Leeds United getting ready to put up 10 players for sale so that they can rejuvenate some funds for a spending spree. When this spending spree is going to take place, your guess is as good as mine, but I think it needs to be taking place very, very, very soon because pre-season is just around the corner. Darko JB, Sam Greenwood and Joe Gelward all spent time away from Ellen Road last season, and they will not feature in the Premier League should they remain on the club's books this summer, while young talents like Charlie Crew, Sam Chambers will be made available for loan deals. I don't know. It looks like they are looking to get rid of them. And one person who they are specifically looking to get rid of is Mr. Jack Harrison. And the reason why I can say very confidently that they are looking to get rid of Jack Harrison is because he is set to miss out on the travelling squad to play against his former club, ironically, who he started off with as a youngster, Manchester United in Sweden. Leeds Live has reported that there is every chance that Jack Harrison does not make the travelling squad for the games this summer, despite showing up to training. No decision has officially been made as of yet. However, Daniel Farke does not look set to include Jack Harrison in his preseason squad, indicating that he is one of the big names on the chopping block. How much money we're going to be able to get from him at this point, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But worst comes to worst, we can potentially alleviate some wages off that ludicrous wage bill that we are starting to rack up. Now, there's a story that's come out today which is a little bit surprising to me, and that is that the 49ers are ready to hijack the Josh Seargent transfer. This guy, if there's a transfer window and there's Leeds United, you know this guy is going to be linked with Leeds United. It happens every single damn time without fail. And at the beginning of the transfer window, it was on, then it was off, then it was on, then it was off, and now apparently it's back on again. It is a saga that never seems to end, and he is valued around £16 million, but they already said that their max price is going to be around £30 million plus add-ons for their key positions. Why we would go and drop £16 million on Joshua Seargent doesn't make any sense to me, because Joshua Seargent, Joel Perez, Patrick Bamford, Nemetra, that is not enough for the Premier League. I'm sorry, it is just simply not enough. Callum Wilson and Dominic Calvert-Lewin on frees are literally better options, in my opinion. More Premier League proven. Yes, there's injury concerns with both of them, but they are better options for me on a lot cheaper deals. This Joshua Seargent deal, he was linked to Wolfsburg. They're yet to reach an agreement with Norwich for Joshua Seargent, and now it is being reported that Leeds United are looking to potentially hijack that deal. But for me, as I've heard a lot of you guys say, not one that I am very, very interested in at all. Now, there are other strikers who Leeds United are looking at that would be a little bit more of an interest to them. These are very, very light stories. There's nothing major coming out about either of them right now, but it is, of course, this man here, Mr. Nikola Kristovic, Callum Wilson, and this man, the Turkey international Yusuf Yazici, after a report from the French outlet RMC Sport, which is claiming that the Whites are showing interest in potentially moving for the central attacking midfielder, but will face competition from a newly promoted Ligue 1 club. Although the rivals for his signature were not confirmed, it will be Lyon, Paris FC or Metz, as they all claim that a place in French football's top flight next season. So one of these three clubs are looking at this man. Leeds United are looking at him as our potential attacking midfield replacement. He is a 45-time capped international, and he's one to definitely look out for. But these are early stories, as we're saying. These are all rumours, but it is good to keep ourselves informed on them. The Montenegro international, Nikola Kristovic, is still one that is looking likely. Now, in other news that is slightly more exciting around Leeds United that we can confirm, Leeds United agree a 4-year deal for this star attacker. Who is it? It is none other than the man who is looking rather tan right now, Mr. Daniel James himself. Leeds United are set to tie him down. Well, not set to tie him down, but have tied him down after agreeing a 4-year deal with Dan James. Brilliant deal. Fits perfectly into the ranks at Leeds United. Perfect player for Daniel Farke's system and style of play. Has had the best output of goal and assists over the past 2 years under Daniel Farke. Better output than he's had throughout his entire career up to that point, including stints in the Championship under Swansea. He is really having an absolute renaissance, and this new contract is definitely a good one. And not just because of his quality that he's showing, but because of the fact that we have 3 or 4 wingers, you need someone who has a great mentality, who won't shrug their shoulders about potentially being put on the bench for 4 or 5 games and having to earn their spot no matter who comes in. Dan James has the perfect mentality for the team, the perfect mentality for the club, and has bundles of quality. And what he also has is exceptional pace. And in the Premier League, you don't really need to be a complete package player a lot of the times. Because of the way the Premier League plays nowadays, it is so tactics-based that people argue that it's taking away from some of the individual quality that exists within the Premier League. But it's the way the game has gone. And now everything is based purely on tactics, purely on pressing, purely on all of these things. And if you are a player who has one exceptional quality, whether that's strength, whether that's pace, whether that's shooting, whatever it is, whatever your one exceptional quality is, it can make you a very viable asset for 10 to 15 games of the season, depending on who you're coming up against. Maybe you're coming up against a higher block side who want to have more of the ball. You want to catch them on the counter-attack. You need a player like Dan James making those blistering runs in behind. Perfect extension for me. Very, very happy with this one. He did also come out and speak about this deal to LUTV, which I'm sure you guys have all seen, but just to recap in case you haven't, he said, "I'm obviously very pleased. It's a massive day for me and my family. I'm glad it's been done so early in pre-season. It's just nice to settle in now, and I'm so excited for the future. I'm absolutely delighted to extend my contract here. It definitely feels like home. It's an amazing club, and I can't wait for the coming years. I've got a lot to give as a player, and hopefully we'll go on to bigger and better things." And as you say here, just look at some of the stats in the Championship. His stats have been exponentially increasing year on year. Now, speaking of preseason and players extending their contract, one player who didn't extend his contract at the beginning of the summer was Mr. James DeBayo, whose contract came to an end at the start of July. And after little snapshots of preseason training footage at Thorpe Arch, he is nowhere to be seen. Definitely one to keep an eye out for. Doesn't necessarily seem like he might end up at Leeds United. Maybe his future lies elsewhere. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that one. Now, the final story is another story around a player we've spoken about a lot. It is Mr. Lucas Perri. And Leeds United are now apparently plotting a £20 million move for the Brazilian star, who could go straight into the first team, will go straight into the first team. Let me just correct this statement right here. If we sign a top goalkeeper, they are going straight into the first team, because Illan Mellige's future definitely is not remaining Leeds United. As we know, we need to sign a starting goalkeeper, and Lucas Perri does seem like the man who Leeds United have been linked with the most. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic was linked, but of course those were very, very faint links. The one name that keeps popping up is Lucas Perri, and I do expect us to see him coming into the Leeds United ranks, not only because he's a quality player that Leeds have identified for a long time, but because of Lyon's financial troubles. I know they've pulled some snaky moves, pulling themselves back into the Europa League, kicking Palace out of the Europa League, getting relegated into Ligue 1, getting back into Ligue 1. It is a complete circus going on at Lyon right now. And I do expect them to need to free up some financial issues that they do have, and Lucas Perri will be one of them. I think they will lick their lips at £20 million coming in for him, and I think he will take the opportunity of changing leagues and getting a little fresh start under his belt. So I think that is definitely one to watch out for. Either way, let me know what you guys think about all of these stories circulating right now down in the comment section down below. Again, I apologize for my lack of usual enthusiasm and energy. As I said, I am absolutely cooked right now. I hope you guys can understand me. I'm really trying to get my my lung capacity better because the charity match is on Sunday. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. For now though, I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.